Hey guys, today we're in Tabs Handout 2. I'm going to try a couple things different on today's video, but I'm still going to go through the directions just while I'm typing the document today. I think I'm going to fast forward that so you don't have to sit there and listen to me kind of recite each line. So maybe it'll make the video a little bit quicker, but just wanted to give you a little heads up about that. All right, so on today's handout, Tabs Handout 2, there are two drills. So just kind of like yesterday's handout, um, we're going to go through the directions and then I'll give you some pointers before I kind of do that fast forward part. So the first thing on the directions, it says turn on center justification, change the font size to 14, and turn bold on. So we're going to do that part together. We'll do center, change the font size to 14, turn on bold, and we'll type online chatting jargon. Now, after we do that, we're going to change our font size back to 12. We'll turn off bold, even though we're going to turn it back on here in just a second. We'll hit enter 2 times. We will switch to align left. I know I got a couple messages today from some students that were saying this isn't working, it's not lining up properly. That could be because maybe you forgot to switch back to align left. So don't freak out. I'll help you with that document tomorrow. I'll also help you with this document if you're having some issues. One thing, you do have to make sure you have the ruler up on your screen. So once again, make sure you go view and you've got that show ruler showing. All right, so let's look at our directions and figure out where we need to put our tab stop positions. So we're still dealing with only left tab stops for this document. And it says to put our first one at 1 inch. So I'm going to take my mouse up to the 1 on the ruler, click with my mouse and say add a left tab stop. So we get that little blue triangle at 1. Then in the directions, it says to go up to 4 inches and add a left tab stop. So I'll click there on the 4. I'll say add left tab stop. So now we have those two blue little triangles. All right, so I'm going to hit tab. And now I'm going to type short form and stands for, but I'm going to turn bold and underline on for this part where they're kind of like the column headings. I want them to kind of stand out a little bit. So I'm going to type out short form, stands for. I'm going to turn bold and underline off, hit enter once. Then I'm going to hit tab one time. It still jumps over 1 inch. I'll type AFK, type away keyboard, hit enter. Now this is where I'm going to fast forward here in a second, but the main thing is I'm going to hit enter at the end of the line, hit tab, type the initials, hit tab, let it jump over to the 4 inch spot and type what the initial stands for. Then I'll hit enter and I'll just continue that process. So you'll start hearing me talk again here in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part right now. Guys, so I've kind of paused it, or not paused, but stopped the fast forward. So now you should see a completed drill 1. Um, Hopefully you didn't have any issues with that since it's kind of a repetitive pattern. I'm going to scroll down to drill 2 on the second page, and drill 2 has 3 columns instead of 2. So we have to do 3 tab stop positions, but we'll do that after we follow the directions on getting our titles and all that stuff set. So let's go ahead and look over the directions. It says turn on center justification, change to bold, and change the font size 14. So once we've done that, we'll type out Mr. Sturgill's daily schedule. Change the font size back to 12. Turn bold off. Hit enter 2 times. And then remember to switch back to align left. All right, so this time in our directions, it tells us to clear tabs because maybe I forgot to when I created the document. I'm pretty sure there won't be any blue diamonds and none from the first page should come down based on the way I created the document. But always look just to make sure that there aren't tabs there because they could be in the wrong spot and you don't want to use the wrong tabs. So we have to set 3 tabs this time. We're going to set one at 1 inch. These are all going to be left tabs today. We're going to set a second one at 2.5 inches. And we're going to set our third one at 3.5 inches, also left tab. All right, so once again, we're going to turn bold and underline on, and we will type time, hit tab, period, hit tab, and scheduled class. All right, before I hit enter, I'm going to turn bold and underline off. Now I'll hit enter, I'll hit tab, jumps to the 1 inch spot, type 745 to 805. I'm going to call that my homeroom. I don't have a first period, so there are still things that I try to get done during that time. So I just call that my homeroom time. I'm going to hit enter, hit tab, and once again, I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this so you don't have to watch me type this out and listen to me say my schedule because you're going to be typing it yourself here in just a couple minutes. So I'll jump back in here in just a second. Yeah, so finished drill 2. It took just a couple minutes, but for you watching, it probably just took me a couple seconds. That's all that you're going to have to do on drill 2. If you scroll down to the 3rd page once again, I have included the scoring guide. It's still going to be worth 50 points. So if you've got questions on where you're getting deductions, if you get deductions, you can always refer back to that to see possibly what you might have missed. All right, guys. So thanks for watching, and just remember to ask me if you've got any questions.